On June 6, 1944, more than 160,000 Allied troops stormed a 50-mile stretch of 5 heavily fortified beaches along the coast of Normandy, France. Their mission? To liberate Europe from Nazi occupation and open a critical Western front against Germany. This massive invasion was codenamed Operation Overlord, but history would remember it simply as D-Day. That day came at tremendous cost. An estimated 3,000 to 4,000 Americans were either wounded, missing, or captured, and approximately 2,500 American soldiers lost their lives, many of them on the sands of Omaha Beach, where the terrain and the fierce German defenses led to the heaviest casualties. Supporting this historic effort was a mighty naval armada, nearly 5,000 Allied ships in total. Among those were 200 American-built Liberty ships, sturdy cargo vessels that carried vital supplies, equipment, and troops to the front lines. I want to share with you the story of one such Liberty ship, not just a relic, but a living artifact. The Liberty ship Jemeriah O'Brien, which was there off the coast of Normandy that historic day. One of only 2 Liberty ships still afloat, and she's open for tours at Pier 35 at Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. I've had the privilege and honor of stepping aboard the Jemeriah O'Brien, and let me tell you, the experience is profound. Standing on her decks overlooking the San Francisco Bay, walking her narrow passageways, sitting at the guns, and hearing the thump of the old steam engine, it brings history to life in a way that books, photographs, and documents simply can't. On September 27, 1941 in Baltimore, at the launching of one of the first transports, the SS Patrick Henry, President Franklin Roosevelt was in attendance and declared, "They will bring freedom to Europe." So this ship class was given the name Liberty ships almost immediately. From 1941 through October 30th, 1945, a staggering 2,710 Liberty ships were assembled in 18 shipyards across the United States, including California's own Kaiser Shipyard in Richmond. They were the first ships constructed using welding assembly rather than rivets, and were based on a British cargo ship design. Prefabricated parts and assembly line methods were used, a system developed and implemented by industrialist Henry Kaiser, which made these fast and cost-effective to build. It was much like assembling a giant set of Legos or an erector set. To put it in perspective, the fastest built Liberty ship, the SS Robert E. Peary, was completed in just 4 days, 15 hours, and 30 minutes. Astonishing time. In 1941, the first Liberty ships took about 5 months to complete, but by 1943, the average build time was 39 days. Liberty ships measured 441 feet in length, could carry an astonishing 10,000 tons of cargo, and cruised at a speed of 11 knots. That's about 13 miles an hour for you and I. These ships were the logistical backbone of World War II, hauling 2/3 of all military cargo during the war, transporting troops, military vehicles, and supplies across dangerous waters patrolled by German U-boats. The Jemeriah O'Brien was launched in June of 1943 after only 56 days of construction at the New England Shipyard Corporation in South Portland, Maine, and shortly after entered into service. She was named after Captain Jemeriah O'Brien, the first American to capture a British naval vessel during the Revolutionary War. During World War II, the Jemeriah O'Brien made 5 transatlantic crossings, 11 dangerous English Channel crossings between Omaha and Utah Beach and the United Kingdom, carrying troops, vehicles, and vital supplies to Normandy in support of the D-Day invasion, along with 7 other voyages to South America, India, Australia, and the Pacific Theater. After the war, she was mothballed and laid in the reserve fleet at Suisun Bay north of San Francisco, where she sat idle for over 3 decades. That is until former Liberty ship sailor, U.S. Maritime Administration official Rear Admiral Thomas J. Patterson saved the O'Brien from the scrapyard. In 1979, volunteers worked tirelessly to remove thick layers of preservative, and against all odds, the O'Brien headed for San Francisco to be restored, becoming the only ship ever to steam out of the mothball fleet under her own power. In 1994, she embarked on a historic journey, steaming under the Golden Gate Bridge, through the Panama Canal, and across the Atlantic to participate in the 50th anniversary of D-Day. Jemeriah O'Brien was the only ship from the original 5,000 D-Day Armada to return to Normandy 50 years later. The Jemeriah O'Brien and her crew, mostly World War II veterans with an average age of 70, and a few cadets from the California Maritime Academy, were honored by both Queen Elizabeth II and President Bill Clinton. On her return trip home, the O'Brien's first U.S. port of call was out of her birthplace in South Portland, Maine, before she continued on a 6-month, 18,000-mile goodwill tour, stopping in many other U.S. cities, always ahead of schedule, before making her way back under the Golden Gate Bridge with no significant damages or repairs. Today, the Jemeriah O'Brien is the only active Liberty ship in its original configuration, operating as the National Library Ship Memorial. She is open to the public at Pier 35 at Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. Visitors can explore the entire ship, from the engine room to the flying bridge. On steaming weekends, typically the third Saturday and Sunday of the month, the 2,500 horsepower triple expansion steam engine is fired up and running, offering a rare glimpse into maritime engineering history. Fun fact, director James Cameron filmed the engine scene from his movie Titanic aboard the Jemeriah O'Brien. So the engine that you see in the Titanic movie is that of Jemeriah O'Brien. The O'Brien also hosts San Francisco Bay cruises throughout the year, giving passengers a rare chance to sail upon a World War II workhorse. Be sure to check out their calendar of steaming weekends and cruises. I will put a link in the description down below for that website. A piece of World War II history that you can see, touch, and hear. As we reflect on D-Day, let us remember that history doesn't just live in books or in museums, it lives among us. The Liberty ship Jemeriah O'Brien is more than just a steel ship. It's a floating testament to courage, sacrifice, and American ingenuity. If you ever find yourself in San Francisco, make it a priority to visit her. Take your kids, take a veteran, walk her decks, stand where history happened, and remember that the freedoms that we enjoy today were paid for by those who stormed the beaches, manned the ships, and never gave up.